approximately 10 million drivers in the United States are over the age of 65. And today I'll talk about why I believe the DMV needs to implement stricter rules and laws against elderly drivers. I'll be going over the problems with elderly drivers, what part they have in the traffic accidents and deaths on the road, and what are some possibilities the DMV can do to protect us and them. There are many problems that go with elderly drivers. Hearing loss, vision problems, dementia are just normal problems of growing old in age, which can really affect someone's ability to drive. Elderly people have slow motor skills and slow reaction for the most part. It just comes with age. Many elders take several medications for their health problems, which could affect their ability to drive or impair them. That was according to the associate content. Now that I've gone over some problems with the elderly, I will go over why the DMV needs to implement some laws. The rate of people aged over 50 causing an accident has climbed 26% ever since the DMV opened. Elderly people of 75 years of age or older are most affected by traffic accidents. That's according to an online lore source for traffic accidents. And a big one is the age. People age 65 or older will double by the year of 2030. So that will be a total of 70 million motorists after the age of 65 due to the baby boomers age. So that could be a bigger problem because there's going to be more elderly people on the road in the near future. Out of all the age groups, that are broken up by the DMV, drivers age of 65 or older were more likely to make a traffic mistake, like running a red light or not stopping appropriately or going the wrong way on the street. That's according to Science Daily. Now that I've gone over two main points, I'll be going over what the DMV can do to prevent all this. The DMV needs to evaluate drivers over 65 and older more consistently. Right now, it's just every 10 years to take your test and renew your license, and that's still like with elderly people. So a lot can change between someone being 65 to 75, so it needs to be evaluated more. Elderly people with health problems who are on medication should have restrictions or should not be allowed to drive at all. That needs to be enforced more, which currently is not, according to the DMV. Special classes or bi-yearly retests could keep elderly drivers that are at risk themselves off the road, which would be a big help towards preventing accidents. And doctors of elderly people should be more firm in implementing if they believe that their patients should be allowed to drive or not allowed to drive. I've gone over the main reasons why the DMV needs to implement laws and rules against elderly drivers, and I hopefully I persuaded you with my topic. And this is for the best. I'm not trying to pick on elderly people. It just will help keep the safety of them, pedestrians, and other motorists on the road, so make it a safer on the street.
All right, so Eric, what did you think?
I think the structure was pretty good. He could use more examples of like cases where elderly people have actually affected traffic. I think he relied on the script too much because he was looking his nose. And then he was moving his hands a lot. But overall, like, I think he had a good summary. And that's what made it a good speech. And that's about it.
Well, I thought your eye contact was not bad. I thought it was actually pretty solid. I like the data that you have at the beginning to get our interest. You got to be a little careful about the phrasing of the claim, because at the end, where you're saying, you know, I'm not trying to pick on the elderly people, but the opening thesis sounds a little bit like that's the direction of the problem, so I think you want to be careful about that. You did signpost your supporting points during the speech pretty well. I do think sometimes it sounds a little perfunctory. It's sort of like you're going through a mechanical process here, and then the next thing I'm going to do, and then the next. And I know we suggest that it's transitions, but you need to be moving from that kind of awkward mechanical way of saying it to a more naturalistic way of saying it, so it'll come across more smoothly. I thought you had some good statistical data on the accident risks that are presented there, and of course on the increasing size of the elderly population. You did okay with that. You've got a pretty clear statement of what the policies are that you're advocating. What you need is a little bit more information that shows that they could work, they'd be practical, and to deal with the disadvantages of those kinds of things. Because I'm immediately thinking, okay, well, if we're going to have a substantial increase in the number of elderly drivers in the next few years, and you're suggesting that they get tested every 2 years, holy criminy, the DMV is like hell now. This is like, you know, double hell that you're suggesting, and that makes me a little uncomfortable. And of course, everybody who's out there cheering about, oh yeah, get the elderly drivers off the road, that means that they'll be sitting in the seat next to you when you're driving your parents to the grocery store and to the doctor's office and to their appointments, you know, so keep that one in mind, you know, that kind of thing. So you need to be able to talk about, you know, how are we going to do this, how are we going to make it work. It's got to be something that's a little bit more practical. All right, thank you.